Starting the day with some donuts, maybe a breakfast Sammy, some coffee.
Let's go.
Let's go. The adventure begins. I think that's the one. It is 7:45 on Thursday, July 11th. We are here in the Lizard Head Wilderness, and we're going to be hiking El Diente Peak, which is right up here, that big guy in the back. First thing you will notice is that I'm going to be filming this video on my iPhone. I was debating on filming it with the camera, but it seems like my memory card, or I got an issue going on with the camera. It cut me off when I was doing my intro video, and then I tried to film a couple more clips and it kept shutting down on me. So carrying that whole tripod way up this basin, and then the climb itself is a little technical, a little class 3. It would be really unfortunate if I got it all up there and half of the footage didn't record. Gonna see if this imports into YouTube. So 7:45, I'm here with Dom.
What up?
You remember Dom? He's been doing many adventures. Actually just did a portion of the JMT, summited Whitney, and he's been getting into a lot of things. Did the Colorado Trail, did a little bit of the Arizona Trail, and he's just been getting into trail running and long distance stuff, which is super dope. So I know his cardio's good. I'm not gonna have my big camera, so we're gonna hoof it. It should be showing us 6.31 miles to the summit, 4,000 feet of gain. That's the profile. So kind of go up through these little basins, and then we'll get to the ridge, and then it gets pretty steep and technical, but that is where we are right now. So we're gonna head up a little bit, hook right up into the basin, and then El Diente is right there. There's also Mount Wilson. You can do a traverse along this ridge here. I don't know if we're gonna have time. We do have a 40% chance of some storms coming in, so that's another reason why I didn't really want to film with the big camera. Excited to do this. This is the first time I think Dom's been down into the Wilson Range area, and we drove through Telluride up over Lizard Head Pass, and it's a beautiful morning. Got about 5 cars in the lot. You can kind of see a couple dispersed camping spots up here if you wanted to come up, and we are hitting the trail. Different style on this phone, but still wanted to put out a video and show you guys the area. All right, that's looking back at the trailhead down in that grove of trees. We're just heading up through this meadow. Dom makes good speed, which I appreciate. Beautiful morning. So we got about a 40% chance of a little bit of rain. Wasn't much accumulation, like 0.02 of an inch, but anytime you're up high and there's clouds coming in, possible thunder, lightning, I'm always hesitant. I despise thunder and lightning. It's just, I've always said, it's one of those variables that's out of your control. You know, when you're out in the wilderness, you can cover all your bases with first aid and hydration, food, all that, but things that you can't control, lightning, wind, snow, just got to be mindful. So luckily we have a great view to the west, pretty much unobstructed out that way, and we'll be able to see these clouds coming in. But I feel like we're gonna make really good time on this trail. Again, we're both in pretty good cardio shape. Dom's probably in better cardio shape than me, but I've been getting to the gym 5-6 days a week, doing cardio on those days, and definitely doing my sauna 5 days a week. So feeling good. The heart and lungs are strong. So the trail kind of hugged the side of that hill. We're in a little forest right now. Feels great. Temperatures are probably in the, say, mid 50s, upper 50s. Once we get in the sun though, get blasted a little bit. Got sunscreen on. I always have everything I need when it comes to packing. I have a rain jacket, puff jacket, all the layers. I didn't bring a beanie or gloves. I don't think that's warranted. We had micro spikes in the car. Looking at some trip reports, there was a little bit of snow, but that was a week ago, and I think it'll slush out and wasn't really needed. So we'll see when we get up there, but hoping those aren't required. So these columbines are a little bit different looking to me for some reason. It's almost like they have more leaves that are less kind of pointed, but they're giant. It's really cool. I know all these are going to be sprouting soon. Oh yeah. I'm almost saying it might be yarrow, but I think it's a yellow or a white flower.
It is yarrow, but it looks like it.
Yeah. Dom said that we want our pasta cooked El Diente. I think that's close, but not what he meant. Taking a ride here. Don't miss this sign if you're going to El Diente. At about 10,300, 10,400, you'll see the sign and you stay right. Staying left would take you up, I think, to Navajo Lakes and the north side of El Diente, and we're going to be hiking the south slopes. Making good pace though. Onward. Crossing the creek here and gonna head up this meadow. I know there's some good camping up here on the right, and we should be getting views up into the basin, and El Diente's kind of behind these trees here. So we're breaking up through this meadow. There's El Diente. So we're gonna head straight up into this basin and then eventually skirt up the mountain, hit the ridge, take the rest up to the top. So we are cruising along. I think we're about 2 miles in. Beautiful meadows here. There's El Diente. So we're gonna be going up this way, past that waterfall, hooking right up into the basin. It's beautiful out here. So there's some camping down here off the side of the trail for those interested in doing this. Should be onward, go up into this basin pretty steep, and then gaining the south ridge of El Diente. Coming out of the forest again. I think we're pretty close to 11,000 feet. Cool waterfall. So we're gonna be going straight ahead up that talus slope. Gonna cut up into that upper basin up there and then head up the south slopes. So the trail gets out of tree line and cut through this talus field. Pretty slippery. But this is a lot of columbines. Pretty remarkable. Yeah, the trail has come to pretty much this. So some steps you step and it slides back. Others you can find that good footing, but this looks like what we got for the next good while. We're going up there. All right, giving you a first-person view of the sweating and suffering. So this talus is pretty trailless. I mean, there's cairns. It's not really too hard to follow, but it is just pretty relentless. Actually, since I started filming, it's a little better, but man, you're pushing, you're sweating. All right, we just took a snack break down by that rock. You can see the trail faintly cutting across this whole talus slope. So that was a good little slog. ultimately came from down that valley. So here's looking up at the south side of El Diente and the ridge. So we're still pushing up through this talus. I think we're at about probably 12,100. So we are heading up here. That is the route. All right, so we ran into a hiker. He was on his way back down El Diente, so got a little info from him. He said the route finding is pretty difficult. Right now, off the bat, we're gonna skirt up here to the right of the snow, cut back across, and then go behind that little nub. Then once up there, go back beyond the ridge, and then in front of all these cliffs, hook back left, and then we actually get up onto the ridge right about there. That is the summit. He said the route finding's a little tricky, and there's a gully that's pretty loose, but I think we're gonna be just fine. It's a sloggeroony.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, this is the stiffest my Achilles has felt since I heard it.
Oh.
Just because how steep it is.
So we talked to the hiker down the base by that snow way down there. It's been about this steep coming up.
I mean,
we're gonna keep up this way.
Was there actually a hiker there?
So we're still moving up. Just kind of crossed the snowfield right here on this little tiny section. No spikes needed. Let's use our trekking poles. And now, heading up here, we've got the helmets on. We're gonna go left right before these black water marks. Some of the steepest stuff right now.
Yeah.
Solid class 3. It's pretty choppy, this stuff down here. But this little gully's pretty solid. Do have this guy hanging out, which I don't enjoy. Hopefully it moves on. All right, we made it up that gully. It's right there. So skirt along these big guys. And now, I'm gonna shoot right in that crack straight ahead to the right of the rock with the yellow. And then you can see climbers up here, right up there. So just gonna kind of go up this. And then you get on the back side of the ridge there and push for the summit. Pretty sweet hike so far, not gonna lie. Check out Dom getting up the squeeze. Pretty cool stuff. So it's actually nice to have someone else in my videos so you can see some perspective. Yeah, we're gonna drop it down. You can kind of see the faint trail to the right of the snow patch. So I have friends, guys. I don't know if you knew that. I generally don't. We'll shoot for that notch, and then I think just climb up the left, and that should be the summit. Because Dom had a bad day. His Achilles hurts, but he is still climbing. So that's looking over towards Wilson Peak, Telluride. That is Mount Wilson. And we came up right through here. But summit should be just up this notch. It is 11:58. Like to be the summit by noon, but close enough here. This has been great so far. Kind of some loose gullies, some solid gullies, and then some big solid rock scrambling. This stuff right now is not bad at all. And just really cool. Good class 3 exposure and practice for bigger peaks. And I had felt no hesitation. There was some route finding for sure, but another hiker said pretty significant route finding, and actually on the 14ers app has all these factors, exposure, distance, and all of them said high, and the route finding factor was, I think, even extreme, it might have said, or just whatever the highest is. So just got to be mindful. Definitely download the 14ers app. Pictures of the route on your phone. You can download them so you can use them offline. That is a very valuable resource, and it really does help when you're just kind of plugging along. There's cairns, but it's hard to see, so get those pictures saved. And we should be up here within a few minutes, cracking a beer and enjoying these views. So let's get that final push. That's Dom making it. He's making it.
You gotta get me.
I got you.
No, just go back.
No, I'm gonna get you though.
Okay, here he goes.
Yeah, he needed it. Oh my god.
I'm an athlete.
You made it.
Oh yeah.
Damn, that's crazy. We came down from all that.
Yeah, dude.
So that is Wilson Peak, Snuffles. That is Mount Wilson. Looking into the Wemmanooch, the rest of the San Juans, Chicago Basin's out there. Just looking south. Not sure how this is gonna sound because there's some wind, but Summit beer for me is Cerebral Rare Trait. It is a IPA. I'm pretty sure it's a clean IPA. We'll see here, but hop, Citra, Mosaic, Eldorado. I have had it before, but cool can art. Got like DNA with the hops inside. So these guys are great. They're out of Denver. And then Dom's got a pretty sweet beer to share too, so yeah. All right, the Dom beer.
I got the Hit the Trail Pale Ale from Base Camp Beer Works in Grand Junction. It's a beer where a portion of the proceeds go to the Colorado Trail, or all of them, or something. I don't know, something. But this money goes to the Colorado Trail, so that's cool.
Very sweet. It's a 19.2.
Yeah, 19 ounces.
And big boy.
I might not finish it.
But we're hanging. All right.
Cheers, brother.
Cheers, bud. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Cheers.
Ooh, that's good.
Yeah, that is good. All right, wanted to give a shout out to Backpacker Radio and the Trek. I won this awesome hat in a giveaway on Instagram. It's got the Trek logo, says the Trek. Awesome hike, some teal letters. So yeah, won this on Instagram, tagged Dom and Jake, and I was one of the winners. So it's pretty sweet. It's a 5-panel, real collapsible, real soft, pliable. You can just shove it in your pack and not worry about it, but super nice, low profile. Enjoying this rare trait. Some beautiful 14ers in the back.
And the Dome. The Dome rat.
Yeah, go watch Dom's channel, the Dom Route. He's making some videos and he's got a couple on deck. He made an awesome Colorado Trail video. It's called Into the Storm?
Running into the storm.
Running into the Storm.
Colorado Trail film.
Colorado Trail film, the Dom Route. So check him out. He put a lot of work into it. He does a little bit different style with kind of post-narration and music, but it's really good quality stuff, and some of the shots he had are just unbelievable. So really cool. It's, what, about an hour? 45 minutes?
55 minutes.
55 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you like that long format video, go check it out. People seem to be really liking those longer videos. So, and he's got some others on deck. Just finished up a trip, which is super cool, in California, Sierra Nevadas, and he'll be putting that together sometime. So keep an eye on the Dome Route. So yeah, that's looking down the way we came. The parking lot is not visible. You can kind of see the road down there. We'd be right behind this ridge, but we did in fact come up through that forest down there, all the way along this talus field, in between the snow and this ridge here, and then out of view, came up the basin, and then up the steep class 3 stuff. And this was the final push. If there was no snow, we would have gone right up this gully, but we kind of skirted around just by right up here, and then came across this way. Ideally, if there was no snow, you'd come right across that little gully, because that's the notch you go back down to. So beautiful day, great climb. I hope this video comes out well. Shooting with the iPhone, I don't really do that very often. Shooting horizontal here on the iPhone, and I'm hoping the format imports into my video editor properly. Hope you've enjoyed the hike so far, and again, enjoying this rare trait. I do have another beer. Probably gonna wait till we get back down past the scree, down into the forest maybe even. Not too bad weather. This guy was looking, it's actually a lot darker on the video I'm showing you, but it was kind of raining down by those mountains a little bit ago. But all in all, we're looking pretty good. Haven't heard any thunder despite some clouds. And we're gonna head on down, get back to the car, and go grab a bite to eat somewhere. And I do have my power bank, but my phone's down to 19%. But showing you came down the notch, past the snow, back down here. But yeah, this thing's exposed. I mean, we were coming down that real steep part and I kicked a couple rocks and ended up going down that gully, but luckily there's nobody there, even though I now see shoe prints going up that snowfield. So that might be some sort of wicked route, but heading back up over this little bit, and then we got that steep gully. That's pretty much the focus now, just getting down that initial steep part with that rock, and then down that gray gully and down the scree field to the trail again, because there really hasn't been much trail. There's been cairns, kind of a small faint trail, but right off the bat when you get out of that basin, it's hard to even kind of find where you start. Not too bad, but just got to look for it a bit. So we're heading back this way.
Route finding definitely never stop.
Yeah, so headed back through the notch. This is kind of the worst of it. Dom hit the sand route. Kind of slide a little, but we're both going to be doing that right here. That gets real steep. And we're going to be staying left and then down that gully actually. Looks a lot more intimidating than it really is, but you do got to take care. These rocks are loose. Luckily, there's nobody else on the summit. We had it to ourselves, so nobody's going to be kicking rocks down on us, but just got to be careful for sure. This is class 3, and it's super fun though. Super fun.
Super fun now, mate.
Are you having fun?
Having a good old time. You never have a bad time in the San Juans.
That's true.
You have times. Never a bad time.
Not gonna lie, that gully was steep. You can see it. Video never shows how steep, but kind of hug this wall. But regardless, I mean, look, it's just loose rock. Really awesome though. Really, really cool. So now, following these cairns, got a cairn there, cairn down there. Gonna stay left of that rock with the hole in it. Follow that through, go up that little slot, drop down. These things are called the organ pipes. So right about at the organ pipes. It's hard to see right now. This is called the Gray Gulch. It's gonna go down right here. And believe it or not, it's kind of hard to tell. We're just gonna continue down that way and then cut left, right, left, down into the basin and all the way back. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Good stuff, brother.
Weather's holding. We're rolling. So that's the ridge we came down. Got through. Dom's gonna be coming around this corner. It's pretty exciting. Do a little swing move right here.
Swinging.
Right here. A little exposed, but fun. Not a thing. Yeah, this rock though is jagged. Rough. But fun. My feet are barking. My dogs are barking. Look at this stuff I'm walking on. Of course my feet is barking. These rocks are so sharp. It's like a pile of needles when you look down here. Super cool, but man, like if you were up there on top of them, just feel like you could crumble. Pretty cool. This is the gully though. Very loose. Juicy Lucy.
Juicy Lucy.
Burger stuffed with cheddar cheese. Oh, Juicy Lucy. All right, so normally I do these walk-by videos, but with Dom here, it's amazing to see just the perspective on things. I mean, we came down through this gully right there. I mean, it's incredibly steep. Kind of getting down to some more narrow stuff, but got to go down this field by this rock rib, and we're gonna go left, right, and then ultimately back down this drainage all the way down through the meadow around to our car. So yeah, choose your own adventure. So we crossed that darn snow right there, dropped in from here. We met some fellow hikers. They were from Texas. This was their second 14er?
Second day here.
Second day here, probably first 14er. Gave them some advice. Dom was very informative and generous, as did I, and Godspeed to them. This thing's been steep already, so we explained the route pretty detailed to them, so hopefully they'll make the summit and keep an eye on the weather. So we're heading down. Gonna be heading down the scree, dropping down. It's gonna be about scree for another good hour and a half. So we're gonna roll, head through the meadow, get on out. Dom found a nice spring wash off the head. This is just snow melt. Oh, he's going for the drink.
That's good stuff, dog.
Wow.
You gotta go for it. 13,000 feet. That fresh alpine water. Straight out of the snow at 13,000 feet.
Tail on the back.
Give it a drink, mate.
Woo.
Gotta give it a drink.
I don't know if I'm gonna do it.
You need it. It's good for you. Yeah.
All right, really windy, but that is the summit just beyond there. And we scaled that whole cliff and came down. It's been just rocks, rocks, rocks. Literally no trail that was dirt for this entire portion. But we made it.
We did.
We rock hopped.
We sent our regards to the San Juans.
So now we're heading down here, some more scree, and down into the forest.
This is take 14.
I have La Cumbre Brewing Company, acclimated American Pale Ale. Hoppy, refreshing, pretty dry. It's delightful. They keep it simple. Great logo in the middle, New Mexico, a hop. Fantastic. Can't wait to enjoy this. Let's go. Ooh, cheers.
L'chaim.
There it is. Yep, we both spilt.
We did.
That's just the nature.
That is the way it goes.
This one,
Yeah, that's good.
silver, 2019, American style pale. Jeez, I forget. So this is looking at the summit. We were just up there and I was filming this stretch we're on. So hopefully those two Texas guys made it. But what a cool peak. We are officially kind of getting down out of the upper basin. Do have this long stretch of scree. You can see the trail. Then I'll go into the trees, and from there, it's pretty nice. Down in that meadow, you can see the trail in the meadow, and wrapping around. I think it's like 2 miles-ish, I don't know, once we get down to the trees, so we'll see. But
Yeah.
we're hoofing, and it's a nice afternoon.
We got 3.5. Wait, no, we got more miles than that. My phone's all confused.
Lots of Columbines. We're coming through here. Made it pretty much back down through the talus. Gonna head through that meadow and around the corner, back to the car. So I haven't been filming too much on the way down, but we were just saying, just past a family, and this is a great area to get a good view and then ultimately turn around. If you're not hiking the summit, there's really no better views. You're on the dirt trail here, then it kind of ends in those pines, and then you just have that slog of talus, then get past that little shelf, and then another slog of talus, and then none of the peak is enjoyable for the feet. But we got the summit, which is amazing. So yeah, great view though in this basin. Gorgeous. Gorgeous afternoon. Here's the wind. Case, I'm sorry if the wind's making noise. We have made it back to dirt trail. I think we've got about 2.5 miles left.
You were an old man in 2011. How old were you?
There's a look at the summit. Coming down through this meadow. These flowers bloom white. These big stalks. I don't think they have yet. Some have started. But it's a wonderful afternoon. Clouds coming in. Gonna be back in the trees here pretty soon. Should be back to the car within the hour. So keep on trucking. That's one last look. El Diente. Made it through that meadow, pretty exposed. Now we're past the river, like crossed right on this log. And got a lot of forest now, so it'll be nice. Get some shade. About 2 miles back to the car.
Less than that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
We have made it back to the connecting trail for Navajo Lakes, which is that away. Easy going from here. Nice forest. Mosquitoes have come out a little bit, so we're making quick progress now. We are cruising along. Should be maybe a mile or less to the trailhead, but long day. It's almost 5 o'clock. We left the trailhead at 7:45, but it was a great hike, long hike. The scree and talus made it very slow going, but the technical stuff at the top of the climb was really exciting and good experience for future peaks. Now we're getting hit by some mosquitoes a little bit and flies, but should be back to the car pretty quick. I have 1% battery. So just over this ridge, we'll be dropping down to the parking lot. Parking lot in sight. All right, we are back to the car. It is 5:30. Successful trip. El Diente was awesome, or al dente,
Al
as he
dente,
says, like
yes.
the pasta.
You throw that mountain right at your refrigerator and it's gonna stick there, like, and then you know you're good to climb.
Quality pasta. Great hike. Everything was fine. Got pretty hot at the end, mosquitoes, but the kind of stats on it were about 12 miles and a little more than 4,000 feet of gain, about 4,300. And it took us a little over 9 hours. That talus field is no joke. It really is, going up and down. You got to take your time. And that gully, the Gray Gulch, is definitely steep. It's steep and slippery. And then the final pitch, everything, you just got to take care. There's big rocks that move around. So we took our time, took some breaks, hung out at the summit for a little, and chatted with hikers as they passed us by, letting them know information and everything else. Great hike.
Buzz.
Hell yeah. We're going to go grab some beers now. I think we're going to take you along as well. Finally, the 14ers are clearing up of snow. Routes are starting to be available. And we got a couple more things planned coming up. So
his 41st summit, my 21st. So we're getting her done.
Got more to do. And it's good to have a partner. I like doing trips alone, especially long trails and 14ers. But now we're getting down to the class 3 and class 4. So it's definitely great to have company. Good conversation as always, and our skills are just increasing every time we do stuff like this. You get more comfortable to exposure and the length of hikes. Dom's got the length of hikes down because he does such long hikes and trail runs, and so looking forward to future adventures, but we're gonna grab some beers.
Let's do it, brother.
Oh yeah. Saying goodbye to this basin for now. Alright, we are here at Pomona Brewing Co. in Montrose. I got this squeezy peasy hazy IPA. Dom got the Otter Pop. Dom's a bit tired, that's okay. But cheers, man.
Cheers, brother.
Oh yeah. Cheers.